Good evening to everyone, or morning or afternoon or midday or whenever you're watching this video. If you watched the video this morning, you've realized that we're coming back together to worship the 24th, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone. I just want to say that the elders and Rodney and Marie and I have really appreciated your prayers and your thoughts and your concerns during this time. Something that I've thought of during this time, I really think that Satan has tried to use this, us not being together, as a foothold into our families and into our congregation. And I think the contrary has happened. I think that we have grown stronger as families. Therefore, when we come back together as the Leoma Church of Christ, or the Church of Christ that meets here at Leoma, we will be a much stronger congregation because of it. My question for us this evening is, have you ever been in a low spot in life? A time that it just seemed like everything was going wrong? I want you to think of that time. I want you to think of the emotions that you had, your family, if they were going through the hard time with you. It might have been health issues, or it might have been loss of a loved one, or losing a job, or losing a home. I want you to think of that. I want you to think of that time, that low point in life. Now I want you to think of how you responded. How did you respond to that, being in that low point? What did you do about it? While you're thinking of that, turn with me to Job chapter 1. Job chapter 1. Now, we're going to be looking at verses 13 through 19. The context of this is Job is a man of character and wealth, and he is faithful. And Satan has come to God and said, of course he's faithful. Why wouldn't he be faithful? You put a hedge around him. You've made him wealthy and given him servants and land and livestock and a nice family. So of course he'd be faithful. And God tells Satan, you can touch anything of Job's except for him, for his health at this point. So you can touch his home, you can touch his family, you can touch his livestock, his wealth, you can touch anything but him. And that gets us to verse 13. So we'll start reading in verse 13. Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And there came a messenger to Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them and took them and struck down the servants with the edge of the sword. And I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, the fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, the Chaldeans formed 3 groups and made a raid on the camels and took them and struck down the servants with the edge of the sword. And I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And behold, a great wind came across the wilderness and struck the 4 corners of the house. And it fell upon the young people, and they are dead. And I alone have escaped to tell you. So, with Satan having control of everything in Job's life, he took it all away. And in my study, I never realized why Job specifically blamed God for what happened. If something bad happens in my life, I don't blame God, I blame sin, or I blame the world. But look what Satan did, going back to verse 16. The fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I alone have escaped to tell you. And then verse 19, and behold, a great wind came across the wilderness and struck the four corners of the house. So it wasn't just a raid of people that happened, but also a fire came down from heaven and consumed his servants and his sheep. So Job knew that something supernatural was happening. It wasn't just coincidence. It wasn't just by chance. It happened from a bigger power, a bigger being. However, he did not know that was Satan. Read with me verses 20 through 21. Then Job arose and tore his robe and shaved his head and fell on the ground and worshipped. And he said, Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. Now listen to this last verse, this last phrase in this verse. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this, Job did not sin or charge God with any wrong. The amazing part in all of this bad, and all of the death and destruction and loss of everything, was Job's response. He said, Blessed be the name of the Lord. Now there's a song, a relatively new song. It was written in 2002 by a man named Matt Redman. And then soon after, 2005, 2006, it got changed over to an a cappella arrangement, and it has been popular in the Brotherhood ever since. I remember going to youth rallies as a teenager and hearing this song and singing this song. Blessed be your name. I'm going to read some phrases from that song real fast. Blessed be your name in a land that is plentiful, where your streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name when I'm found in the desert place. Though I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name on a road marked with suffering, though there's pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away. Yet my heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Now, if you go back to the two verses in the very beginning, they have something in common. They both have a positive statement, a positive phrase. In a land that is plentiful, where your streams of abundance flow. When the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. What they also have in common is they have a negative phrase, something not good, something not pleasant. When I'm found in the desert place, though I walk through the wilderness, on a road marked with suffering, though there's pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Just as Job said here, and just as in this song, no matter the good or no matter the bad, the response is still the same. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And it's got me to thinking about when I meet with the kids, whether we're in a bus leaving Horizons, or we meet for class, or they're over at our house, or anytime I'm with the kids, I try to ask them, where did you see God today? And it's easy. It's easy to answer that question when you're leaving Horizons, or you're leaving a baptism, or you're leaving VBS. It's easy to see God in those moments. But the most beautiful answers that I've gotten from them is when it's hard to see God. Sometimes just in a normal day where nothing special happens, it's hard to see God in those days. Sometimes when we lose a loved one, it can be hard to see God. I think of right now, people in the nursing homes and people in hospitals that their families can't see them. Their families can't go and be with them and love on them and be in their presence. It's hard to see God in those times. And it's hard to see God when we feel distant from Him. It's hard to see His presence when we don't feel His presence in our lives. And here at the end, I'm going to read Psalm 113, verses 1 through 7. Psalm 113, verses 1 through 7. Praise the Lord. Praise, O servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord, from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun to its setting, the name of the Lord is to be praised. The Lord is high above all nations, and His glory above the heavens. Who is like the Lord our God? Who is seated on high? Who looks far down on the heavens and the earth? He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. Go back to my original question. Do you remember a time in your life where you were low, or a bad time in your life? I would like to think that everybody is doing great right now, that everything is sunshine and roses, and we're just out playing hopscotch with Jesus, and we're just having a grand old time. But in reality, that's not the case. In reality, there are some people that are struggling. There are some people that are going through some bad times. And my challenge for all of this week is to respond the same way every time. Respond the same way in the good times and in the bad times. That He gives and that He takes away. And blessed is the name of the Lord. Thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to being with you all. I love you, and thank you for everything.
Blessed be your name in a land that is plentiful, where your streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name when I'm found in the desert place. Though I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name on a road marked with suffering, though there's pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glory.